All right, guys, it's your boy Shades and Trades. I'm going to talk about AITX. But before I do, I want to make one thing clear. This is a long term hold. So, for those of you who are looking to flip a stock real quick, for those of you looking to make money like that, just at the snap of your fingers, this is not for you. This is for the patient. This is for the long term investor. This is for people who look at the fundamentals and who aren't going to get scared when the stock price goes down and doesn't see green days every day, I guess. So just throwing that out there now so you don't waste your time watching this video if you're not interested in holding something for 10, 15, 20 years, 5 years. Personally, I'm looking to hold this 10 to 20 years. I see a lot of potential in this company, and but it's not for you if you're looking to just flip it real quick. You can flip it, but I would, imagine being the guy flipping Amazon for a buck way back then. Like that's you're gonna make money flipping a stock, sure, but the long term guys, we're gonna make the real bank if this company keeps doing what they're doing. So enough talk. Now that that's out of the way, let's jump into it. We're going to take a good look at the 10K. For those of you who don't know, a 10K is basically where you get to see all the goods and all the bads. That's the best way to put it. You're going to see everything from the business to their mission, the risks involved. So you get to see what's good and bad about the company, and we're going to go over it real quick. We're not going to go too crazy. I'm just going to go over the important parts of the 10K that I look at when I'm doing my research. So let's get started with business. All right, guys, so we're going to skip. I'm not going to read this entire boring thing because it's a really boring read. It's probably why a lot of you skip it. But I'm just going to get to the important parts, the things that matter. So we're going to get started with the business itself. AITX has been engaged in pursuing the delivery of AI and robotic solutions for operational, security, and monitoring needs. So basically, they focus on security. So how does AITX make money? RAD solutions are offered as a recurring monthly subscription, typically with a minimum 12-month subscription contract, which is amazing. If you know DoorDash, if you use DoorDash, Walmart delivery, Netflix, you name it, there's so many companies out there that use that monthly recurring subscription plan, that model. So that's I like what I'm seeing so far. I mean, the more units they have out there, the more money they make. So that's good. I like what I'm seeing in terms of how they make their money. AITX's mission is to apply artificial intelligence technology to solve enterprise problems categorized as expensive, repetitive, difficult to staff, and outside of core competencies of the client organization. And they have a short list here of what they mean by that sentence. So they're looking to replace guards. Basically, they are expensive. Imagine you run a business and you need someone to watch over the business overnight at least, or maybe 24/7 security. That costs money to hire one person, just to hire one guard. That costs real money, and we both know we're not hiring one person, one human to work as a guard 24/7. That would be crazy. People got lives, people got things they want to do. That guy has to poop and eat and shower and sleep and all that. So no one's hiring just one guard. So you would have to pay like maybe five guards to work, different shifts throughout the year. I mean, that costs real money. You might be spending over 100K just on guards. So it's not cheap by any extent of the imagination. And if you've ever run a business, you're always trying to keep your costs down. And this is where AITX comes in with their robotics and their AI driven solutions. So as you can see, RAD's first industry focus is the more than 100 billion global security services market. RAD's current goal is to disrupt and capture a significant portion of both the human security guard market, over 30 billion, and the physical security, video surveillance, access control, visitor management, and so on, which is over 1 billion, over 20 billion, my bad, through its innovative RAD solution ecosystem. So they're looking, these are the guys that can make it happen. This is what they're about. And like I was mentioning, you can, if you're a company, if you've ever ran a business, if you've ever started a business, you're always looking to keep costs down. And if there's a cheaper solution that comes along, people are going to adapt, and they're going to take that cheaper solution. If it's cost effective, of course, there's no point in buying a robot with artificial intelligence if it's going to cost more than the price of than the salary of 5 guards, I guess, is the best way to put it. Excuse my ignorance, of course. I don't know anything about guarding, or I've never worked a guard job, so, and I've never run a business where I have to hire a guard, quite frankly. So I don't know how much those guys get paid, but I'm gonna assume it's pretty expensive to have multiple guards watching over multiple areas, or even just one area, and having them change shifts. So that gets pretty expensive, and if you can just have one robot watching one area, that's cheap and effective, that companies are gonna be all over that. And as we both know, robots don't have to poop, they don't have to eat, they don't have to kiss their girlfriends good night. There's none of that. They don't want to go home and eat potato chips, and dust dust the dust the Cheetos off their fingers. Like, they don't got none of that, so they can literally watch a parking lot all day, every day. So that's let that sink in for a second. Now we're gonna talk about the market environment. Rad believes that its experience has shown that the security market is ripe for disruption. So they believe that they are the people. They are the ones to come in and be the guys that take the lead, and have become the number one, the guy that you go to. You know who I'm talking about. I guess I shouldn't say this, but you know who the weed guy is. You and I both know. You know who to go to. That's the guy, and they're trying to be that guy. That guy that they go, damn, let's go buy some robots from this company, because they get the job done. It's cost effective, and that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, does it get the job done? If it gets the same job, if it gets the job done as good as if not better than a human guard, people are going to be all over it. And once this catches on, I believe this is going to be huge. Maybe not Amazon huge, but it's definitely not going to be penny stock land anymore. In my opinion, that's just me. That's what I believe, of course. But let's continue here. It has captured the interest of many Fortune 500 companies. That's good. The company believes that no other company operating in the physical security space has the solutions, distribution this distribution channel, reputation, sales, or support model to rival RAD in the near term. In addition, the company expects that the launch of RAD's mobile solutions will significantly increase the gap between it and would-be competitors. So they're trying to make sure that no one can catch up to them. That's what they're trying to do, which is good. Again, that's what I like to see. RAD will be a one-stop shop for proven and comprehensive mobile and stationary workflow improvement devices and systems. So they're trying to be like I mentioned. They want to be the guy that you go to. They want to be that weed guy. Well, not the weed guy, but they want to be the robot guy. They want to be the security guy that you go to, because they get the job done. So one of the reasons they believe that they're going to be the next, the weed guy for security is we're going to go through the list right here. Guard companies struggle to offer quality service at a reasonable price. Security organizations are eagerly receptive to solutions that improve performance and reduce cost. I mean, that's business 101 right there. Guard companies are facing a worker shortage to the point that they are turning away customers. Oh my God, that's terrible. There is a glut of low-wage jobs available, And compared to opportunities in the retail and service sector, guard positions are undesirable, and I can understand that. I wouldn't want to be a guard. I wouldn't want to put my life on the line. That it is not exactly a safe job. So the work is lonely and boring, and there is little to no room for career growth. Security companies have two alternatives: increase the hourly pay or automate the process to require fewer workers to perform the same job. So, of course, the company believes that they are uniquely positioned to help eliminate the staffing crisis for guard companies who embrace their solutions. Okay, so another one is enterprise organizations, security divisions, groups are continuously challenged to reduce cost, of course. Again, business 101, people. For example, UPS spends over 120 million per year. That's a lot in just security guard services. That's incredible. I didn't know that. Lockheed Martin over 60 million per year. NBC Universal over 25 million per year just on guards. Let that sink in. That's a lot of money. The security guard industry has not had any significant disruption or innovation since its inception. And again, they believe AITX believes they're the people. They're gonna be the weed guy. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the not so good thing about AITX. The not so good thing is they are not profitable right now. As you can see right here, revenues 560K, and then you look at the operating expenses and kablamo. They just get hit with a bomb basically. So loss from operations 2.1 million. That's all you need to really know. I mean, revenues are under a million, losses are over a million. Like, that's basic math right there. We don't have to look at anything else. They're not profitable right now. And I asked the CEO himself, when is this company going to be profitable? Because of course I'm looking to hold this 10, 15, 20 years. So for me, it's important that if I'm going to put money into this company, if I'm going to invest in this company, it's important to know, like, hey, when do you think you're going to be profitable? Because that's important. If you're not making money by 2025, 2026, that's when I might pull my money out and just move on. Because you should be profitable at some point, right? No one wants to put money in a stock that's not going anywhere. So that's the bad of this stock. That's the concerning thing for me. This is just based off the 8K. So that's something to keep in mind for those of you looking to invest long, is keep an eye on the profitability. But here's the video real quick of me asking the CEO when are they going to be profitable, and he gave a fantastic answer, if I have to say so myself. So here you go.
Shades and trades. When do you see the company being profitable? Good question. Not for a while. And, we'll make no secret about it. Our plan that we have been consistent on forever is invest, invest, invest. Invest in sales, production, R&D. Invest in our customers. Because we're on a mission. We're on a mission to create what we think is going to be an enormous company that brings useful, everyday AI-based automation to a bunch of different problems. And that's going to take time and money. And if we don't move fast, if we don't work hard, if we don't move fast, if we don't stay focused, then someone else is going to kind of take what we've started. And we're not going to let that happen. So much like Amazon ran for 15 years without making a profit. I don't think it's going to be 15 years, maybe 3, but that remains to be seen. But, somewhere between 2 to 4 years is when I think that our expense line will be less than our profit line. So that's kind of the time frame on that. Comparing us to Amazon, which, I'm sure some people will be like, oh my God, how can you compare yourself to Amazon? I'll compare ourselves to whomever we feel like, if we feel that there's some similarities in the model. The model between Amazon is different from RAD because until Amazon came out with web services, AWS, they were working off of incredibly slim margins, in some cases negative margins, losing money on different transactions. Amazon Web Services came along and, of course, has powered their profitability across the board. Now, the difference for us is that we don't have any of that low margin, high volume work that Amazon does. We just have high margin work, albeit at low volume. So we want to maintain the high margins and build the volume and maximize product profitability that way. So we start talking about device counts. There's a reason why I picked 500, and this relates back to the profitability. So at 500, depending on the product mix, we can be profitable, potentially, depending on how we manage the business. And again, I'll reiterate that I don't plan on that happening. I plan on continuing to invest and build. And it doesn't mean that the stock value won't rise. I expect the stock value to rise as revenues and increase, and as our IP increases, and as our customer base increases, and as it becomes more apparent that we are the incumbent in this market, and we are the thought leader, and we are coming out with the best product, and we do have the best partnerships. Absolutely, I expect the stock price to increase despite profitability still maybe being 24, 36 months away. So shades and trades, I hope that was a thorough answer to a great question. Thank you very much for that.
For those of you who flip this for a quick buck, that's on you. But for those of us holding long, you might be rewarded with a lot of money. It's one of those things where you look at Amazon. We always talk about Amazon. You look at Amazon and you're like, okay, if I had bought a ton of shares back then, I would have been a billionaire or a millionaire in the 8 digits, 9 digits. But when you flip a stock, then you're there for the quick money, and you're just not going to make as much as someone that held Amazon for 20 plus years. Like someone like that right now is just sitting in a yacht, multiple yachts probably, huge mansion. They could throw a party in that mansion. I'm joking around right now, but we're going to move on to the next part of this due diligence. Okay, so I'm going to look real quick. We're going to go over case study convenience stores real quick, because a lot of people have seen AITX robots at 7-Eleven. Here's a picture. Here are multiple pictures, actually, so you can see. I'm not joking. Like, those are robots. Those are real, like, robots. Like, that's like 7-Eleven. Someone at 7-Eleven was like, hey, we need that. So, and obviously they must like the product if they're keeping those around. But this is a good case study to look at if you're interested. There's a lot of case studies, so I don't want to go over all of them. This would be a long video. My voice is already getting tired. So if you're looking to do further due diligence, definitely look at the case studies. Now we're gonna go over the CEO himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Reinhardt. He's very transparent. He's on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter, which is a good thing, and also a bad thing because he gets a lot of bashers. Bashers. If they find a CEO on Twitter, they're gonna flock to him like bees on honey, and they're gonna say stupid things. But he blocks them, from what I've noticed. Sometimes he'll clap back, but and sometimes it's funny. But anyways, Steve Reinhardt, he's the CEO of AITX. He has a lot of experience in the securities industry, and just wanted to talk about, real quick, like, hey, if this is the guy you want to follow, if you want to get updates, if you want to get the facts, just be very careful though. This stock, for whatever reason, gets so many bashers. It's almost incredible, the stupid things that people say. I've never seen such I have never seen so much bashing on a stock. So, just stick to just remember the fundamentals. If you choose to invest in this stock, just remember why you're in it. Think about the fundamentals. Think about the future. Don't worry about what some uh, dumbass, quite frankly, as I'm not even gonna put it nicely. Don't worry about what some dumbass thinks on the internet. The guy you want to listen to is there's only one guy. There's only one guy you should be listening to, and it's Steve Reinhardt. So I just wanted to get that out there because you will find plenty, and I mean plenty of bashers. This stock gets bashed so much they had to they had to do a lot of banning on the subreddit. AITX does have a subreddit. It's not the most active, so I'm personally not in it, but I do check up on it here and there. But it does get a ton of bashing, so much that a moderator had to be like banning, bashing, and bitching. In the most recent weeks, the number of people banned from this sub has soared, in part because we are actually now banning people from the group after multiple written warnings. Yeah, because this stock gets bashed oh my god, I don't know what I'm gonna say here. Never mind. Just think of something that gets bashed a lot. I've noticed that there has been a dramatic increase in bashing the stock slash company on this sub. So that's all you need to see right there. Like so I'm not kidding when I say like just be careful. There's a lot of bashing, a lot of misinformation, a lot of BS. So just make sure you stick to the facts. Just keep all of this in mind. Don't pay attention to it. Acknowledge it, but don't worry about it. Worry about what goes on within the company. If something within the company itself, if something is going, if something is off, that's when you need to be worried. But don't worry about bashers. Right, and that's pretty much it for the quick due diligence here. Artificial Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions, AITX. It's at 3 cents. It's been going down. That's okay. For those of us looking to hold long term, that's no big deal. We can just buy more. It's on sale right now actually. So that's the way I like to think of it. That's me personally. Of course, I have a lot of confidence and a lot of conviction in this long term play. For me, it's 10 to 20 years. I'm not looking to sell till this is like $10 minimum. Even then, I might not sell. I might just see where it goes. Again, that's me. That's me. This is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I am willing to take the risk because the upside is I become a millionaire in the low, like a 7 figure millionaire, not anything crazy. I'm not gonna buy a ton of I'm not gonna buy millions of shares. I'm gonna slowly build my position. I have 1,755 shares, so I'm slowly adding to my position. I'm not looking to just throw 10 grand at a penny stock. I'm gonna slowly add to the position, and I definitely look forward to seeing profitability more than anything. That's the most important thing for me. As soon as I see profitability, oh my god, I'm gonna jump in and I'll throw 20K at this stock, especially if they start being very profitable. I mean, they're showing growth, so and the CEO is very transparent. They know what they need to do to get the job done. They know it's not gonna be easy, but they're very motivated, and I look forward to any updates, and I look forward to the future and see what comes of AITX. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this quick due diligence video. If you have any comments or if you want to correct me on anything, please let me know. Because again, I try to do my best, but again, I'm gonna just continue to say I'm a beginner. Like I'm just getting started here. I don't know everything, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. So definitely let me know if I was wrong somewhere, if I missed something. Anyways, thank you, and have a great day, guys.